Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Fights. My name is Dr. Fish. I am your op for this evening, and I will be one of your casters for this evening as well. And joining me again is Andy Rogers. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
I am doing lovely. It was beautiful last week. I even got to do the Sunday night cast, which I loved as well, with Ron Mexico, my good buddy.
That was a delight. It was a delight to listen back to that.
Well, thank you. And so now I'm super excited because we do have playoffs, and that is where the rubber meets the road. All the cliches that you want to throw in there. This is, where we make the boys from the men, or in this case, the people the young people from the old people. I don't know what's the gender neutral version of that, but
I do not know.
whatever it is, that is what is going on tonight. So very excited to be here.
Yeah, we've got a super exciting playoff match. We have Illidan's Death Knights. Representing Illidan's Death Knights is going to be Righteous Jammies. And then from E.T. Cthulhu, we saw him play last week, and Eternal is back on stream.
Jumping right
Again.
back onto the pony, baby.
Exactly.
But of course, he won last week, so
He
he just
did.
steps right back on.
Yeah.
And he's ready to go. It's becoming like Friday Night Eternal at this rate. So
Pretty much, yeah.
as much as we love Eternal and we love all THL players, we would love to see more of you.
I agree.
So please get in on Friday nights. We'll take Legacy. We'll take Hero. Hell, I'll even take Wild. Just so that I can say that I casted a Wild match. I won't be good at it, but
my
head will be exploded.
But I happen to. So Wild is fun. I'm a big fan of Wild. I need to just quickly check the bans again. Okay, yeah. So bans are in, just to let everyone know. Eternal has banned Mage. So we won't be. So the class is Demon Hunter, Hunter, Mage, Warlock for Righteous Jammies, and we have Druid. I believe it's Druid, Mage, Priest, Warlock from Eternal. But we won't be seeing
Hunter, Priest, Warlock.
Druid, Hunter, Priest, Warlock. So we won't be seeing the Priest from Eternal or the Mage from Righteous Jammies. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Yeah, all good. The players...
Exciting.
The players are ready. I think... we can kind of go through some of the dynamics of the match as we go along. But as we are
do remind everybody that these are 5 seeds, so
yeah, we're gonna see
whatever preconceived notions you have, you throw the book out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not how they play. But I'm excited because we always get some wild matches.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's always exciting. So we'll
see.
Yeah,
it's so fun to see the various seeds of Legacy and Hero going up against each other on stream. Sometimes I sometimes think that these matches are almost more fun to cast. Obviously because I don't know. I shouldn't say anything too harsh. But obviously there is generally skill gaps in every single seed, between the seeds. I'm gonna send the players off to go play.
No, we do, and we try to be as fair as possible when we cast.
Exactly,
5
and
seeds, just because we just want to. And listen,
and this coming from someone who plays in the 5 seed, so
not it takes a lot of courage just to put yourself out there to get on stream, and especially when you are a lower skill level PR, it's maybe even more scary. So we commend everybody who plays, but especially 5 seeds for putting themselves out there in front of everybody. But it's also a great way to learn because people can see tactics, and it just helps you with a lot of things. So I'm excited to get this match started.
Definitely. The players have been told that they can start. I'm gonna wait for the eyeballs to come up for this player. So first to spectate on my end is going to be Eternal. So Righteous Jammies will be on the top of our screen. And it's always interesting to see how players lead in a Conquest Series match. We do have looks like some ability to spectate, so let's get going and we'll see how they lead. I'm curious because sometimes when you see a lead, it's sometimes hard to tell if they're just kind of leading off comfort, if they do what I do and kind of just go 1 through 3 in a random generator and see which number comes out. But either way, it's bound to be exciting. We have
Warlock, Druid to open up.
Yeah, we have Warlock versus Druid.
Righteous Jammy, she's going to open up on the Warlock, and it is the full Imp Warlock, because I do see a Void Walker. For Eternal, he's rocking... Oh, he's rocking an aggro Druid.
Yep.
So this is going to be a fast one.
Yeah, and something to note in these aggro matchups. Um, in the Voidwalkers is actually a pretty decent start for the Warlock. I think something that's very important is taunt minions and being able to kind of go fast with those things. I would say, um, just from especially
Yeah,
personal experience of this type of matchup of aggro druid. So we'll see how this plays. We see an early peasant.
yeah, it is also kind of a weak spot going second, and I know that that
Yes.
seems like an odd,
Mm.
but you're really in a disadvantage going second in these
Yeah.
kinds of matchups. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be on Eternal to kind of like push here. He just plays the peasant that gets fed into. I don't
Yeah.
know if I like that. I kind of wish he would have gone double one drop with either one of the living roots
Yeah.
or the Trog,
Mm-hmm.
but
It looks like now we're gonna
so,
see 2 coin
uh,
damage to remove the one imp. Um, something I noticed last turn was not using the impending catastrophe. When you went for a draw 3, which is something that this deck really sorely needs. I don't think it's gonna be much of an issue
I no,
considering
but I
the
don't
state of
mind
the
that in
board.
this. But I don't mind that in this matchup because you really need to get ahead,
Yeah.
especially when the play that he made was the Bloodbound Imp,
Yeah.
and in this kind of a matchup, like Bloodbound Imp is going to be so big at
Hmm.
being able to like pick off a lot of these little minions. So
Apologies to everyone. I just hit my mic. Um, but yeah, we see pretty good hand leading in with a bartender next turn. Getting that extra imp is actually going to be pretty potentially pretty big, um, because removing the really only minion that can be removed is the Voidwalker. Right now, obviously there's plays to kind of work around that with the second mark of the wild, to make the Trog really big. Um,
yeah, I guess you would probably okay. Well, he's gonna use the living roots to punch through this Voidwalker.
yeah,
And imagine maybe the living roots comes down on the cook. He might double buff. Yeah, I think he's gonna double buff. No, he's gonna.
we're gonna buff the Slither Sphere. I almost would have just preferred to hold if we weren't gonna put it on the Cook or the Trog.
Yeah,
But this is
I think.
still a pretty big threat
Oh, that's a
for this
big
to get through.
pickup.
Grimoire of Sacrifice is
Yeah,
quite a good
that's
minion.
gonna be a good one. Although I just think it is a bartender turn.
I agree.
6/6 worth of stats is pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Hard to pass up. You can. Oh, he's gonna go.
Okay,
Okay, so he
we're
is
gonna
gonna.
go for the massive draw here. Not, I am a fan, um, but it does leave. This isn't gonna leave any trogs. It's just gonna leave a 5/4 on the board for for righteous jammies, and also gonna see the
He does get
Murloculus
the
come down for
Murlocular,
free.
which is nice.
Yeah, and oh, that's a nice pickup. Um, the
He doesn't
other
have much of
there
a
is no other
void, but
Grimoire in hand, but there is a lot of damage coming back this next turn.
yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think that that's going to seal it up though for righteous jammies.
it
I
is.
don't see how Otter
I
comes back.
I
No, because he's got the vial. I mean, if he's trading, like if you're aggro DH, if you're trading, you're in trouble.
yeah, we're
I
not
mean, pitching
trading.
the damage is correct,
Yeah,
but I just with his hand, I don't see how he punches through this
especially
vial library.
especially with the library, and
Yeah,
um, you could go any which direction here. Yeah, fully infused imp, mischievous
throw
imp,
the
very good. We're gonna buff the Murlocula for heal. I like that a lot. In the full trades, I like controlling the board. This aggro druid, in every matchup, aggro druid needs the board or aggro druid loses. This is a potential card that could bring something back, but it's very unlikely. I don't think druid has a whole lot of AOE clear.
uh,
Could have
none of
maybe
those are gonna do it.
no, none of those are going
Yeah,
to
now that
stop
he's
the
lost the board,
damage.
I don't see him. Yeah, there's no way to claw back right
I
now,
would
especially
agree.
against this. This is a concede at
Yeah,
this moment. And maybe you try and look and see if you could, but you know, you've
yeah.
got what coming back at you, 20
Hmm.
damage coming back at you. You can kill one of these.
The
You can
three
kill two of these if you
threes.
rush it, but where are you at? You got no cards and no board.
Yeah.
That's not a winning play.
Agreed. Yeah. But I mean, there is no real winning play in this situation. Unfortunately, kind of have to do something, and this is, it's gonna get out of hand very
It
fast
should be
here.
game two. We
Yeah,
should be on game
Rafam
two
is
of this.
also full infused. I wouldn't be surprised to just see a Rafam slam here, um, just to really tack on the pressure. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
absolutely game over. The aquatic form maybe finds something
Well,
like
unless
a
you
planted
play
evidence.
Gigafin.
Yeah, this deck doesn't run Gigafin,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
so that
Um,
would be the only out that he
it,
has on 7 mana. Even a
yeah,
Flame Strike wouldn't save you. So
no, unfortunately, this does look like the end
he's
of
gonna
game
play it
one.
out.
This aggro druid just fell slightly behind on the against the imp lock. That turn two play really putting in the work, as you mentioned,
It
that
is
bloodbound
it
imp.
Yeah, the Bloodbound Imp really was a good play on two. But
Yeah,
honestly, a lot of it just really comes down to in these matchups who goes first. Because like
yeah,
if you look on the other side, um if Eternal goes first, he can either play the Trog or he can play the Peasant. If he plays the
mhm,
Peasant, Peasant gets an extra draw, uncontested.
yeah,
Trog can come down, he can buff it up, or like he can. It's just like it's so annoying. It's kind
mhm,
of a shitty thing about the game that some matchups can literally just come down to like
yeah,
you coin flipped into first,
yeah.
and that's
And
kind of annoying. So,
usually in aggro matchups, I mean, there is that possibility that having the coin with like double ones, like you mentioned, the opportunity to go like either like peasant coin trog or peasant coin living roots for 2/1/1, something like that can have also like could have
yeah,
made
and,
some
and
form of
that's
a
why,
difference in the
yeah,
matchup.
I,
Definitely.
I think that the first turn, just throwing the peasant to be sacrificed into by one of the imps was rough.
Yeah, for
I think you
sure.
got to get more things on the board in that sense. But,
I agree.
it's fair credit to
Yeah.
Holy Otter, or sorry,
Righteous
Righteous Jammy.
James. Yeah.
She
I mean,
played.
either. Yeah.
She
No,
played the
solid
game really
play.
well and did everything they needed to do, pushed the damage, made a
Yeah,
nice big turn with the sacrifice. And
definitely.
she's up 1-0 going into game number two. So
Yeah.
we'll see where they go here. If you're Eternal, do you run back out this Druid? Do
Uh,
you bring your Warlock? I think last week he was playing I think he was also playing the full Imp Warlock last week as well.
I don't remember. It is the Warlock run
Uh,
out, and it is
it is the
Demon
Cursed Warlock.
Hunter. This is a okay. So let's see. This is Curse and Block. Yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
the deck that's been very popular. I didn't change the classes in match one, but that's fine. We have Demon Hunter versus Warlock here. Really, from this mulligan from Eternal side, I am throwing back everything but the Fiendish Circle. Um, I mean, there's maybe some case for drag from below, but
Um,
but
no, you would get rid of definitely the drag from below. I
yeah,
don't mind keeping
Mischievous.
the mischievous imp just because you do have the fiendish circle to punish.
Yeah,
So if all of those minions do get cleared up, you will
mhm,
have a fully infused one. Oh, he's got
yeah,
both of them.
and
The
this
only
is
problem is he misses a one and he misses a two. He can coin out. So probably what we'll look to see is he'll probably coin out fiendish circle next
mhm.
turn.
I,
Which is probably
mhm.
what he'll do.
Yeah, I can see that. I I think that the coining the circle is very likely your better three cost card to play.
Yeah,
While Cultist is a good body, Fiendish Circle is nice because especially with two imps in hand, it can get both of them at simultaneously. It can get both of them simultaneously
and it
infused.
just also scares. Like
Yeah,
that it's just a board full of ones, but your opponent is really scared. Like, oh my god,
yeah,
is the library going to come
and
down?
this is definitely
He's
where
going
you
to
run
draw a
the
whole bunch of
Cultist. Yeah.
cards. Yeah.
So
Of course, on 3 we just dropped a cultist, and that it's going to
yeah,
put more
they're
pressure. And I play a lot uh, of sorry, a curse warlock.
yeah, this
So I
is
play this matchup a lot, and this is like one of my favorite matchups to play into, just
definitely.
because you know that the DH loves to play a lot of cards. They don't have a lot of early game to press you, and here we
Yeah.
do see the fully infused imp coming down out of the
Yeah.
trade here, pushing the rest of it. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be rough for jammies to try and pull this one back.
I would
Uh,
agree, and I mean it got to like this type of board is threatening enough where you don't just dimensions here, which is saying something. Usually you just want to slam relic of dimensions. You could I thought there was a case to play second flanking just to remove 2/3/3s. I know maybe that's more of a suboptimal or towards a losing line. I like this drag from below, and I might have wanted to tap first because that's really the only thing we can do here otherwise. Um,
Yeah, I would like a tap, but that's a minor
oh, of
thing. Yeah,
course.
you just push all this damage, and
Yeah.
this DH is not looking too good.
No, and next turn we see Reform, but Reform does not buff the imps, so
He
we are gonna.
will get a clear here with
Yeah,
this
definitely.
ogling. He is gonna.
Ooh, we're gonna Spinley. Okay, we're gonna put the curse back in deck. Um, I am not maybe the biggest fan of putting Relic of Phantasms and the Relic of Dimensions on the bottom of our deck.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if I would have spin
it
lead this turn.
Yeah, we are gonna.
Going away the dimensions is a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, but he does pick one up, so he
Okay, yeah, we get
get punished
dimensions.
for
Okay.
that.
Reform
And we
is
could
fully
see that.
infused, and there's really
Man,
no great
that's
like
so
something
nasty.
just general about Demon Hunter is there hasn't been many relics, so this extinction isn't going to do a whole lot.
There
Um,
hasn't been any relics.
yeah, so maybe we see something. Maybe we could have seen something like Dimensions first to get the other relic to 2, to see maybe something. Uh,
You're
to
still
help
dead
with
on
clears,
board,
but
though.
absolutely,
There's no.
yeah,
Yeah, you're dead.
dead on
So
board. So yeah,
just that fast.
yeah,
And
the
we
imp
even the series
locks,
1-1.
imp locks coming in hot, winning their games for both players.
I want to say Fiendish Circle for a card less than 5 mana has the highest on curve played win percentage.
I would,
Like
I would
if you
say,
play it
I would,
on turn 3 for a
yeah,
card sub 5 played on its mana cost, I think it is the
it's
highest win percent at like
probably
66 or
it.
65%.
Yeah, prior to that, I'm pretty sure it was Harpoon Gun, but a Harpoon Gun just ate a nerf. Um, so yeah, I would assume it's probably Circle. It's a very strong card. I don't have any
Yeah,
I don't have any stats to back that up. Maybe I can actually look that up. Is there? I wonder if there's if HS Replay has that type of stat. I know it has
I
played.
think
I know it has played win rate, but I don't know if it has curve. Like, if that's assuming curve or not. Circle has a high win rate. Like
yeah, it does have a super high. I think yeah, of all the cards in that deck, it is the highest.
56 mulligan win rate, 90% kept, 53.4% drawn. Doesn't have anything about played
Okay.
in these specific stats. So, oh, here it is. Win rate when played. Played win rate of Fiendish, 53.8.
Okay, maybe a little less than we
Relic
thought.
Vault is one of the highest on
Relic
curve.
Ball, that would be
Well,
good.
maybe yeah, at 60%, because that really is just a deck. But enough about that. Let's get into the
All
next
right,
match.
let's get
Sorry,
to game
I'm
two.
my nerdy brain stat side coming out. We have what looks to be a hunter,
Yeah, and
righteous
interesting.
jammies,
We
and a
see the
druid.
vicious slither spears. I am wondering if this is a 30 card more aggro, although we did see the Thanos. So I
Yeah,
wonder if it's just kind of like another good low minion. Okay, so
yeah,
he does. It is the 40 card. He is playing slither spears.
hmm
So it's just kind of like getting
yeah.
some good warn drops in there.
And here,
And we do also see the Phelan as well. So
yeah,
maybe kind of an old list, like
yeah.
but that also plays into Thanos, though. But very
sure.
key, as we talked about in the first game, he does have the. He does go for Eternal does go first. He does get to drop this peasant,
Yeah.
and there is no way for Righteous Jammies to answer it. So it is going to draw an extra card, which is big.
Yeah, and Druid needs that card draw as fast as possible.
Gets that. Okay, he's going to throw down the Cook. I think I maybe like the Trog a little better with the... Just because it's annoying for the Hunter player, but... And he insta-picks Rat King off of this tracking. So.
Okay. I mean, it's a decent on-curve play. I didn't get to see the other cards.
So it was King Crush, and then the Bats was the other one.
Frenzied Fangs? Or Batty Guest?
Batty Guest.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could see picking that. I might have gone for... Maybe I would have picked Batty Guest just for an on-curve next turn, just for, like, Hero Power 1-drop, but I don't know how, how amazing that is. Right now, we have a pretty good option. I think I'd like to see roots for minions and then maybe attack and clear off the 2-1. Maybe? Or maybe we're going to make a 2-2.
Yeah, I think I would also like to just go full as wide as possible because you do have the Pride's Fury and you have the Herald of Nature.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Pride's Fury into that. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand pretty fast.
Yeah, and the Tavish is a good pickup, but his hand's pretty dead.
Unfortunately, that's a very late card.
Do anything.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to like hold, and then you're gonna have to point out this Tavish on 5.
Okay, so we're gonna see a nature. Yeah, I'm not. I might have played the Pride's Fury there first.
And I don't know why you wouldn't drop the Druid of the Reef.
I think that might have just, a little
maybe too fast.
I don't know. Maybe moving just a little too fast. Didn't want to give up. And then once the play happens, it's like I kind of just want to hold this back now. I think here I'd like to see it made as a taunt minion.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't play it. I mean, you would play it first.
Yeah, for sure.
You could even play it and run it in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that this is right. Although
we're gonna go a bit. We're gonna go very wide here. This Pride's Fury is.
It's gonna get a lot. Well, I mean, it's
gonna get a lot of value when it comes down for sure. I mean, I don't mind this.
There's almost no punish, but you are just kind of like.
It feels slow. It feels slower.
Yeah.
It feels slower on damage. Because you're losing the I don't know exactly how much damage would have been missed there, but it was definitely a decent amount. And here we're gonna see
another 5 at least.
Yeah, we're gonna see some minions maybe get removed here with Shell Shot.
Shell Shot
kills the 1/3. It's there. Not the best. Not the best. Yeah. I think is this lethal? Aquatic first, I guess. Aquatic finds Aquatic.
10, 15, 16. So you're 2 off right now.
Okay. You just probably take the Druid of the Reef here or the Peasant. I don't know.
Any of these are fine.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, Slither Spear is also fine.
Yeah, and you just throw this down.
And then you just play the Pride's Fury, make things big.
You gotta play them cards.
Yep.
And there's no way that you lose this game at this point.
Yep, I would agree.
I mean, even this Tavish coming down. Right?
Tavish loses the game. So that's how fast this game has been. Tavish is pretty much you just can't play Tavish. Even if
you have no other play.
I know. I guess
the only play that you have.
Yeah.
You can Frost Trap. It's not going to do anything, and you didn't even get.
Did not get an explosive, but every minion has too much health, so explosive wouldn't kill.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything.
You could set it up. It just wouldn't remove anything, unfortunately. So yeah, looks like we're gonna go to game 3 with a 2-1 lead for Eternal.
Yeah, game 4. So
Yeah.
Eternal picking up 2 quick wins
Yep.
real fast. Unfortunately, I think this one another matchup where if Righteous Jammies gets to play first,
It might change
I don't know if he
things.
wins. I don't know if he wins,
I
but he definitely lives long enough for the Tavish to actually do
I
something.
agree. I agree. Yeah, I think that would have made Tavish a better line. I mean, it does stink that Righteous Yami's drew Denathrius and Ikman in like the first couple of turns, without really having a great curve.
I mean, he did, but he opened, Slither
Oh yeah,
Spear. The
open
Slither
Slither
Spear
Spear for
was
sure.
really
That's a good
good,
opening. Yeah, definitely.
but he just kind of like, it was just too much coming back at him. He
Yeah,
couldn't keep up.
agreed. Yeah.
I mean, and that's how the
That's
druid
sometimes
works.
how
It
things. Yeah, like
overwhelms you really
literally,
fast. And you
aggro
can't
druid
wipe
lives
that
and
one
dies by
board.
that. It either lives or dies by turn. It wins or loses by turn 5 generally. So here we have the Hunter Mirror.
Yeah, Jamie's coming back on the hunter.
Yeah, so
He's
we see.
got a good opening with the peasant, the Canine Tron.
Yeah.
He is gonna start second though, so I don't mind coining out this K9
No, I
Tron,
wouldn't, especially with
depending
the
upon what your opponent does.
especially with Biscuit in hand. We'll see how the mulligan goes, but I would like to see just the Mountain Bear pushed back, and for Eternal, I'd like to see. I think everything getting put back was fine.
That's not good. You don't want a 9-mana card in your
No,
hand
you
to
do not
open
want the
up this
Devourer
game.
this early. So, gotta hope to get a 1-cost minion here.
Doesn't get it.
Does not get it.
So painful. I think you gotta
I think
trade
you gotta
this.
trade the Biscuit because you
Yeah.
want to try and find something else.
Yeah.
At least you have like Frenzied Fangs for turn 2. There is the Peasant, but obviously you would have liked to have drawn that
Yeah,
instead of the
that's
Frenzied
so
Fangs.
rough.
Peasant coming down. And like you said last time, like we saw last game, the Peasant uncontested. I would have liked to have just seen the Frenzy thing just to use mana efficiently.
Yeah, and then you do get ahead of the board here.
Yeah, and now
Like
this
2 on
Doggy
2.
Biscuit just is very good. It does get removed by Stag Charge.
Yeah, he does have the Stag Charge, which is good, and he just
Yeah.
drew the Kennels, which is also really great.
You can play
Because
that
we
with.
can't see him go Kennels with Frenzy Fang next turn. He can also Okani with it as well.
Yeah, you
which
can
is a big
play
one.
with Okani. Yeah, I like that.
Because like this druid doesn't really have, or sorry, these hunters don't really have a great way to wipe boards.
Agreed.
If it gets really wide, Okani is a great
For sure.
great pickup.
Definitely.
I think you play the other one. You play the less infused one.
Yeah, I agree. You play the one that's at 3 infused instead of 2.
Yeah.
But
a little slight misplay there.
yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna see the Peasant removed. We have, let's see. Yeah, I think you just go School Teacher on curve, Pet Collector next turn. This is a lot better for Righteous Jammies. He has a lot more to work with here.
Take them ramming, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
I wonder if he has, even with the Priest Bank, because we've seen Nathanos. I'm curious what. I mean, it might just be for blanking for Saber. For Saber, it could just be Saber. But there's also a chance of like an imported Tarantula in the deck, depending.
Well, I don't think so because he did ban the priest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you ban the priest, but some people might, like if your list just has it, you're gonna run it sometimes. And this is pretty good. What that was a ramming mount.
It's a ramming mount that he picked up. Yeah, this is a great.
Yeah, so Jammy's now taking
tempo play here from Jammy.
Yeah, Jammy's taking good control here.
Usually.
Yeah.
He does have the Samuro, but I think you keep it. I wouldn't play Samuro.
I wouldn't Samuro. I don't know if I'd Samuro here either. It would be very close.
I think it's.
But I think I'd rather just see something like Frenzy Fang Batty.
He does have a good follow-up because he can Samuro and then follow up with the Frenzied Fang.
Yeah, definitely.
So it is good tempo.
Yeah.
I just think that maybe because it is your only board wipe, you know that this board is probably going to get wider.
Yeah.
I may have held it an extra turn or two.
Yeah, for sure. But there's also...
What? Oh, you got to play your minions, Eternal?
Yeah, so here comes Pet Collector, and it pulls the Rat King. Oh, not the pull that she wanted to see. Obviously, you want to see Sunken Saber come out from that, which
It's still very good
it's
in
still
this
very good.
matchup.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
here I think you just make a copy of the Saber and you go.
Yeah.
It's Saber plus Baddie Guest. See what you pull first.
Yeah, I think that I didn't like holding this Frenzied Fang. I'm not sure.
Oh, we pulled the other Saber.
The other Saber.
Yeah. You have
Yeah,
the option.
wait.
You have the option to. He has the option to just bump. Yeah. You leave just one minion alive. I like it. Here comes a harpoon gun right off the bat. Yep, and we're gonna see Phelan, and we're gonna see one of the. We're gonna hope there's a beast in here.
Looks like it's Gigafin.
Oh.
And
I wonder if you pick Krakatoa. Pick Glug the Gulper.
Wow.
That is a very big play.
It's Gigafin,
Krakatoa.
Gaia. No. Yeah, was it Gigafin? No,
it was Krakatoa.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Gaia
all good.
Krakatoa.
Yeah. So here, yeah, you just make that a 5 attacker. You kill the Phelan first, yeah, and then you run the Saber in. Yeah, you can do Frenzy Fangs first. It's fine. I just want to see. I want to see what's under Sunken Saber, and remove the Rat King from the board. But we're gonna go face.
It's gonna push damage.
Yeah, the Glug coming down here is going to get removed by the Insatiable Devourer. So maybe it's kind of smart that we didn't actually play the. We didn't go ahead and kill the Saber off.
This Devourer is a huge one because.
Yeah,
Glug is a really hard minion
to remove. So now you just remove Glug. You remove the. You do kill off the.
No! Wait! Why? You gotta kill some stuff first.
Okay. No, Glug still goes away. But I would have liked to have seen the.
Yeah. I think that you do some trades because you could get the whole board.
Yeah,
you could trade off all of those things, and then you could get at least one.
Yeah.
Of these
so I'd like to see the.
And you could have eaten his entire.
Oh, I really want to see those 3/3s removed. The reason you want to remove those 3/3s is to protect your. You want to protect your Mountain Bear here, like the Mountain Bear goes, and then it's just one 3/3. Or sorry, 1/2/4 comes out, and now this Ikmin can wreak havoc.
I don't mind going face. I don't know. You force your opponent to face.
I guess. Hydra played. Now we're gonna see Crush or Mountain Bear, Krakatoa. Oh yeah, Krakatoa. Oh, you swung too early before you removed. He didn't get it. He doesn't get to continue the Ikmin chain because he did not remove.
Yeah.
A minion. He didn't remove the claw first. That would have summoned potentially a Mountain Bear.
Slight misplay.
Yeah.
But that was a big Ikmin turn there.
Definitely.
Getting both of those minions.
Agreed.
Now,
Spirits played.
Like how much more damage would this Insatiable Devourer have if he had played it?
Oh yeah, you're. Oh duh, I'm silly. Yeah, you're right. You want to kill more stuff to get the bigger Devourer, and then you're maybe threatening lethal with that.
Yeah.
But instead now there's a lot of damage coming back.
That would have been lethal right here.
I'd like to remove the high. They're going to remove the Hydralodon over the Krakatoa here.
Yeah. Because Krakatoa is not going to give you anything. It's just a 6/2
It's just gonna get traded. So, yeah. Instead, now it's a little bit more off the board, and fortunately, there's a lot of taunt coming in, so it's gonna leave. It's gonna leave Eternal with protection. You just don't trade here I don't think you have to trade here. I just think you go face. Don't kill a Hydra head, just 10 damage face. I think there's enough to hold. And he summons, and I believe a 2/4 taunt comes next turn. If this is King Crush, something can happen. It's Mountain Bear. So that is the punish, is a Mountain Bear. So yeah, that's a big punish. Really, if Crush came down, it was lethal. So I guess the last two remaining options were pretty good.
Let's see what he
Sunken Saber. So it doesn't summon anything.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so now the taunt comes in, but this is just gonna go take us to game 5 very likely. Oh, what's left? I mean, you gotta slam it.
Crush. He's got to have a crush.
It's gotta hit
He's
hit
gonna have
Hydra,
his.
and Hydra can kill the minion at least. You can you can swing with
He's
the
something,
baddie. You
but he
swing
can't.
with no, you swing with the baddie guest. You swing with the baddie guest first, and you can kill the minion, and that summons something else.
No, but it's still no. It won't because that baddie guess is gonna spawn another thing. Like his board's too full.
No, the Hydra dies when it swings, right? So it
But
dies
it
and then it
won't.
resummons,
Oh,
right? Am I wrong? Or
let's see. Well, we'll find out. I forget. It's gonna summon another minion.
no?
Oh, see,
Okay.
it doesn't summon. A minion.
Okay. I didn't think about that completely, but it was so close. If
Yeah,
something summoned, it was actually lethal. But unfortunately, looks like
it's gonna be 1 damage off.
one damage
lethal.
off the lethal. It would have been
Oh,
1 minion damage off lethal.
yeah.
Gonna not have any.
Somewhere.
Not gonna have much taunt to protect.
Yeah. And
So
unfortunately, Eternal just fell short.
yeah.
Just that little bit short.
hmm
As I said, I think that
I think the
play
Devourer
was,
needed to be bigger.
Yeah, if he would have on that Glug turn traded in, buffed up that Glug, and then eaten all 3 of them, that would have been. I mean, that would have been game over right there. That tempo play, but good on Righteous Jammies. She is able to find the line, gets a big Hickman turn, and comes back in, and is going to push this to a game 5. So
definitely
exciting. Get
exciting.
to see Eternal's Hunter come out and the DH.
That's
another chance. This is a rough matchup for DH normally.
Yes, this is generally a rough matchup, even with aggro DH, because.
And it's not an aggro DH.
Oh no, you're sorry. It's not an aggro DH. It's a relic. So there are kind of, you keep the relic cards here. You hope for a vault, pretty much, out of this opening.
May have kept the. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I'm not an expert on Relic DH. I haven't played it. I've watched a lot of streams on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you keep the Relic
Dimensions. You keep Dimensions here.
Okay,
Or maybe
so should you throw it back?
I mean, if you throw it back, it's not the end of the world. Like, it does give you more chances with things, but you really want a Vault. Vault is really good in this matchup for the simple purpose that you can make more Phantasms.
You need cards, yeah.
Yeah, you need cards, you need for the Phantasm stuff. That's a really good first draw, Sigil of Alacrity.
Ripping it off the top.
Yep, I like this baddie guess. You can play general pretty much on curve with this Hunter to start. 1 into 2 is very strong. Discounted Dimensions is massive.
That's big.
Yeah. I'm curious if I don't
trade.
mind the not trade, yeah.
Well, you never do.
No.
There's no. Why would you give them a
2/1? Yeah.
Damage.
Yeah, I would guess next turn we're gonna see Phantasms because you want to buff it so your things get discounted by 2 when they're drawn. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's fine. In here, I think you just...
Saber's a good pick. I don't think that you coin it, though.
No, this is definitely... Oh! Okay. I was gonna say, you just trade off your... You just make the 2 trades. Then you have a 2/1, a 2/1, and a 3/1, and you're looking real good. But that is not the play. Neither is Relic of Dimensions. We go for the Scorpid, and we go to remove the minion. This seems to be...
Yeah.
I guess it kind of plays into Righteous Jammy's game plan for what I've seen for the most part in these games. We're gonna send the Saber in, aren't we? I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. It's fine with the follow up. Yeah. I almost would have liked to see the coin pet collector because I feel like there was, but I guess if you coin it, one thing will die. Like it'll die. Maybe whatever isn't the bigger threat will die. So I guess it's okay, for sure. But now you play you just play the pet collector
the
here.
Dimensions again. I don't know if I like that play. I think I would have gone for the School Teacher or even the Malatranx.
Yeah, Meltranix would have been pretty good. It would have prevented.
Oh, there's a good.
There's a vault, and they were gonna see Dimensions. I think It did
It
pay
really
off here,
did.
but I do believe that this was a case of trying to hold for big dimensions, and really the only like crucial pickup in here was that last pickup, which is the other relic of dimensions. Um, but now this hunter is going to be able to. I would just honestly coin rip out this Hydralodon, just put the pressure on. If I'm Eternal here, I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know that they probably don't play Topple in this
and
deck.
they don't have coin for Zymox. We're gonna
Yeah,
take it a little slower. Um, but I mean, Saber's great. I think you can just play the Saber here as well. It does represent a pretty big threat if it was to get removed. But we're still setting up a lethal here, for sure. Flanking maneuver does stop some of the bleeding for sure.
don't. Yeah, that's the wrong one. You don't attack that
No,
first.
you never attack Rat King first because then it comes back faster, and especially that now there's a Mountain Bear on the
Mountain
board.
Bear.
I mean, 4 damage to each thing just doesn't kill the Mountain Bear. Um, fortunately, there's no. Fortunately, it's. Ooh, good. All right, we're gonna slam that. We're gonna get a 1 mana Sylvanas and a 0 mana Eldraki Warblades. Gonna hold the Warblades. I don't mind it. You are still gonna eat a lot of damage going for it on the attack, but
Yeah, this Zymox next turn. I mean,
Zymox is gonna be pretty big.
it's gonna be big.
But I don't know.
But
Does it win? Does it like? Is it a winning play versus some other form of maybe going for goals? We just see a ton of pressure put down here. There's 4 health for the Demon Hunter here. So we're gonna see Relic Vault with Extinction, which should clear up most of the board here. Let's see if it hits this Mountain Bear. It does. The last hit does hit the Mountain Bear, but that should wake up this Rat King, right?
yeah, but the Rat King's gonna come back.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to pull his Venomous Scorpid.
Doesn't find it. I mean, you ripped the dimensions,
Draw
but
more, but
dimensions has found a vault and a
Oh,
Trog. That is
terrible.
not it. That is not it.
and he's gonna
I
try
think-
and throw it back in, but yeah.
Oh man, I think unfortunately for Righteous Dammies, this is the end of the line for his match. Getting 2 really solid points. Gonna get to heal a little, but there is more than enough damage on
Yeah,
board.
there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, I think there was
Yeah,
definitely there's definitely a chance, but I think this Hunter just got off to, like, the middle game for Hunter was just so solid.
Yeah,
And
it was just
and I think holding
lot
back a
of
little bit
pressure.
on some of the relics, which is so much of a win condition for the deck. There was 2 Phantasms in hand. We saw one played, but the other one didn't get casted. And it just led to the board getting swamped. So let me quickly get back to the main screen. Congratulations to Eternal on taking a 3-2 win and getting and bringing it within a point of Illidan's Death Knights for the week. So now it's at this point it's going to be a 6-5 lead for IDK with the 3 matches left. So we're getting some really good. We're getting some really good stuff here. Going to ask Eternal for an interview really quick. This is our only match, and it went by very quickly. Both players playing at breakneck speed.
Yeah,
which is
brought a Quest Priest.
Yeah, there was the priest was banned, and even if it was, I suspected it would have been probably a Wig Priest or a Naga Priest, because I looked at the stats and the Quest Priest I don't think would have had a great time against. I don't know if Quest Priest would have had a good time against that lineup. But
Probably not, no. You're going to let DH do a lot of DH stuff, and
yeah,
it's going to be rough for you.
for sure. But I haven't heard back. I don't know if Eternal's logged off or not. Eternal has not logged off. I will reach out on Discord quickly here. So I guess if we want to take, while we're waiting, if we want to take maybe a broader look at the playoffs, I think there's only been a few matches played overall so far in the playoffs.
He
Um,
said all right, so
oh, okay. I didn't even see that. I guess he messaged you, so I will add him in for the interview. But yeah, so we will have no time to kind of go over those until after the interview. But I would like to go over. Hello, Eternal, and
hello, hello.
congratulations.
Hello again. We
Yes,
meet again.
yes, we do meet again. Yeah,
Congrats, 2 weeks in a row. We're saying it. It's Friday Night Eternal now. We're just
yeah, it's
gonna
great.
rename the show.
Yeah,
E.T. Ernal, I guess.
yeah. As a, it was a. I mean,
Hmm.
I'll say that was a very like.
Very fast
It was a very
series for
fast
sure.
series for sure. But I noticed that both of you like that. Both you and Righteous Jammies like to play decently fast with your with your plays. Um, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that's. I mean, that's that's there's a ton of players that play that way, so it's not bad or wrong. There's nothing wrong with a fast play style or a slow play style. It's all the tempo you
I
enjoy
mean,
playing at.
with the format the way that it is, it's
Oop.
very like samey.
Yeah,
It kind of
it's
it
very
kind of is
curvy.
like one of those things where like if your play style works in the moment, like not like and you're not in a meta where say Edwin Rogue
Yeah,
is like the dominant force,
sure.
then like you can afford to have that kind of play style.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, give us your thoughts on the games and everything, and how did you
So as
feel?
far as my thoughts on the game, I think the one that I was really struggling with was the aggro druid matchup. The aggro, well, me piloting it, of course, but because I felt like there were times where I was caught between making a decision of either I could use the damage portion of my choose one effects, or I could try and build up pressure, depending
Yeah.
on the situation. And I felt like in that warlock matchup, I felt like I had to be on the defensive because especially since warlock can keep pumping out stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to aggro druid where you need snowball, you need to press your advantage, and
Yeah.
if you don't have your buff spells, you're kind of screwed, as you saw in one of the games.
Yep.
So
Yeah, she was playing the full imp version of the deck. It was a little disadvantageous to you that you went second. I do think that we thought that maybe if you had gone for a little bit wider a play in the early goings, it may have affected the outcome a little bit more. Like I think on turn one, you just threw down peasant, whereas I think we were looking for maybe like if you went trog, coin, and throw out two 1/1s
but then
off of like the living roots or
I
something
also
like that.
noticed that in the later warlock games, Righteous Jammies played Grimoire of Sacrifice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
and then that really was like the big key turn when she drew it. That kind of was the way. Once she blew up your board, you weren't getting back onto the board. She also had a lot of the buff cards with the violence and everything. The bartender really came down at the right time. So yeah, it was just a really strong draw for her. That matchup really goes down to kind of like who can get ahead a little bit, and then that's really the difficult. Like you can push your advantage, and it's hard to get those types of warlocks off the board. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was both cases. I think the other one we said opposite was when you won with the aggro DH. We were it was a little bit disadvantageous for her to go second on the hunter. Just because then the opposite, you were able to get the peasant down, like and get the card draw off the peasant and keep rolling from that point.
yeah. Now that you mention it, I was actually going into this matchup anticipating that she might bring aggro DH because it has a
Yeah.
really good matchup into a lot of the stuff that I was bringing.
Yeah.
It has a good matchup into aggro druid because aggro druid like doesn't do it as well as I guess
No, it doesn't.
bibliomite and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, turn two, five,
yeah.
four is pretty rough to deal with.
Mm. So
And it has a lot more draw than the aggro DH, or sorry, the aggro druid. Like aggro druid can kind of like once it loses its first board, it can have a rough time trying to get cards to come back. Versus the aggro DH has a card that draws 5 for them and 5 for you, but they get the advantage of having those draws. So
yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy.
it was good. The only play that when you watch back, the only play that will both Fish and I were kind of a little bit critical on, I will say, was it was the Hunter mirror when you had the Devour. So she threw down the Glug, and you had the turn with the Devourer, and you immediately devoured the Glug. We kind of said, oh, he could trade in, buff up that Glug, get that whole board, and then eat that entire board. Like you could have killed off all 3 of the 2/2 taunts, and then
Yeah,
Iggy
but
had
then
maybe
also
he could have
doesn't
traded
Glug get the stats?
Yeah,
off
but
of
then
the
you
yeah,
just
Devour?
yeah,
That was
yeah.
also my consideration
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, but the Devourer then gets all those Glug stats.
Yes.
So you get all of those stats from Glug.
Yeah.
So then your Devourer would have been like a 30 something.
Yeah,
20, at least 20,
yeah, at least
25,
in the 20s,
25,
yeah.
and the next turn
That ends the game.
you would have had lethal on the next turn with that giant Devourer, because there's no way that she could have dealt with it.
Yeah, I
could
actually
use that in my next matchup.
I actually didn't. Yeah, I actually didn't see that play in the moment myself. But that was a really good point out from Andy on the cast to see that, because I was like, oh man, we just Devour, Glug plus Rat plus the other things, and but yeah, I thought
it was a close. I mean, it was a really close game. It really kind of teetered back and forth.
Yeah,
she got a really big Hickman turn, and that kind of swung it in her favor. You were 1 damage point off at the end, and that was kind of a little bit unfortunate. But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that match, we weren't really. I guess you could say Righteous Jammies was kind of failing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hat. I didn't mean to steal your pun.
We love hat puns. At least I do. But yeah, that was. I'm terrible with questions. I appreciate that my other casters are generally like very good at asking questions. So. I'll just throw congrats out there. And any shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and go towards the end of our episode or of our show.
Shout out to my teammates, I guess, helping me prepare despite the lack of practice. And shout out to Chewy, who I will lift his playoff curse. I will lift his playoff 1 seed curse for him.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah, and 6-3 on the season. So just keep
such very excellent, very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out and watching, and yeah, we got a very exciting Game 5 series tonight. Maybe I think we got a few more minutes. Maybe I'll just quickly see what I can gather for the playoff information. So on the side of the bracket that ET Cthulhu is on with against Illidan's Death Knights, we have a 0-0 score from Diamond 5 and School of Fish. So that looks like it's going to be played out very, very quickly between the next 2 days. Meanwhile, from the other side of the bracket, Season 22 closed list Conquest participants have a 4-0 lead on Smile Face, close colon parentheses, and then How I Met Your Murgle has an 8-4 lead over 4 out of 5 Justins. So, looks like one of our series could be coming to an end very shortly, depending on the score of the next match, while the other ones are kind of developing from this point. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, How I Met Your Murgle up 2-0, or I mean it's up 6-4, 8-4 with the wins right now. Yeah. So 4 out of 5 Justins needs to get their gear in there. Those Justins need to come together. see if they can pick up some
Yeah.
wins.
And
But,
then the series we just had is 1-1, so that will go at least to 4 matches, if not all 5, depending on scores. So we're looking at some very, very exciting Hearthstone this weekend. I'm sure we'll be getting other matches on Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, I believe there's a full slate already on Sunday, so that's going to be
Nice.
exciting.
That's very exciting indeed. So tune in for that. We might also get some matches on Saturday. I didn't look at what Wild 9 has on the slate. Quickly.
We get some more of those wild playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my favorite.
We got So yeah, we have Righteous Jammies versus Kitten Me, on that looks like Saturday night on for Hero. That is Hero playoffs, Hero semifinals. Sunday we have Legacy quarterfinals, Smear versus Ron Mexico. Then Pro semifinals, Just Concede versus Lambie Series, which is XD versus Coney Island Clown Club. And then we have Hero Series semifinals, Geranium Battle versus Vampire Nighthawk, if needed, I would guess, for that one, because that's so late. All of those matches on Sunday are likely
Juicy.
to be. They are juicy, but they are also likely TBD. If the matches are, if that match is over, then unfortunately you kind of have a situation where the players might not want to play and take a but
you play for pride. You play for pride.
play for pride, but
season beta finals. All my other players lost. I think they all lost 3-0.
Oh man!
And I had my final match against Slimsh. I was like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I went and I smashed Slim's spaceship 3-0. So.
Oh yeah, obviously there's pride, but I mean there's also strategic, not like the winning player not having to show the decks they brought that week, which is obviously would be cool to see all the matches, but obviously the ability to
You're overthinking it.
I'm not over. I am overthinking it indeed. I overthink a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our show. No, will not keep you here any longer, everybody. So thank you for casting with me, sir. Thank you to Righteous Jammies and Eternal for coming on stream. Tune in tomorrow night for Salty Saturday, and we will see you then.
Some more matches next week, Friday. Come on, guys, get in here. Let's go.
For sure. We're gonna have Hero finals next week. We're gonna have Legacy semis, Pro finals. It's gonna be super exciting. Let's go. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.